No, we're not. What? No,
Well, now we are.
Okay, we're here.
No, I told you I wasn't ready. But you know what we need? We needed a monitor. No, because then you have to retype everything. And
We're fine.
all right, it's another Saturday here, the hot ass Saturday in Kansas. I don't know where you are watching from, but over here it is super hot, it is super windy, and we are the Ad Astra Boys from the Ad Astra Boys podcast. I am the KC Waltz. Over here on my left is Joe Hooters. Over here on my right is the original T.I. And way over there in a cave is your darkness as our guest. And we have another couple of guests, too. And they're going to join us here in a little bit. So we came on last Saturday because we were a little busy and I was tired. I went on the trip and came back. I didn't want to do it on a Friday. So we did it on a Saturday. We're going to try another Saturday to see how it goes. Yes, we are the Ad Astra Boys, and yes, we too have gone to the OTAs and got kicked out because they told us that we don't belong on the team.
What? Who got kicked out?
We all, us three. I was trying for the third string punter.
Have you ever kicked a football in your life?
No, I was trying for it. Just, it's open practice for everybody, so I thought.
Oh, it was like an open tryout. No, how about that? Oh,
No,
it was an open tryout.
It is not.
And yes, me too. I was hanging out with Patrick Mahomes and Brittany at the what was it?
Billy
Currington?
Billy Currington.
The Hot Nights, the country Hot Nights or whatever.
Hot country night.
It was
Hot
packed,
country
right?
nights.
I saw a picture. It was packed.
Like good old white power.
And once again, I got kicked out because they didn't know me. So man, it's a tough week.
Well, who doesn't know Casey Waltz?
I know, right?
Oh, no.
That was loud.
Very.
Why are you so loud?
All right, so let's see what happened this past week.
I thought T.O. was supposed to make an outline for us.
Oh wait, can we start with? I got some breaking news.
Oh, okay. Oh,
there you go. That's what we're talking
Tony's
about.
gonna like this.
Yeah, all right. What we got?
UFC legend Jon Jones retired.
Did he really?
Yes.
When did that happen?
Scott just texted.
now.
Scott just texted it.
6:29. I've been waiting.
Okay, so
Scott,
breaking news. If
you've
it's
been waiting for this forever.
breaking news.
I
Jon
got the breaking
Jones
news.
retires.
But that makes Tom Aspinall undisputed heavyweight champion.
Really?
That's
well.
Also,
Do you not like that?
he's gonna come back.
I don't know that he'll come back.
They're gonna have enough money for him to come back.
How old is he?
Like that's my question.
30s.
I'll find out.
She's gonna find out how old Jon Jones is. Let's take a guess. How old Jon Jones is? How old do you think Jon Jones is?
I'm gonna say 35.
I think that's a
37.
great guess.
I can do math.
And I like 37.
I can do math.
I was gonna guess
man.
37. There you go. Boom.
37.
Fucking is on the sideline
37?
giving us hand signals.
37.
So my nephew did a tattoo. Eastside Tattoos. He did John Bones' latest tattoo on the neck here and behind his ear. Oh, what's behind your ear, bro? Your neck, isn't it? Part of your head. But it goes down. It goes down the neck.
Ooh. That's a good conversation. That's
a terrible conversation.
That's
I don't even know why he's even chiming in. Nobody can hear you, Ken. Oh, fuck Ken's in the house, by the way.
He says it's behind the ear. It's not the neck.
Yeah, I know. It's behind the ear, down the neck.
It starts behind the ear.
So why are we talking about the
the
tattoo? That's
Is
right.
that
Okay.
little?
We're talking about a tattoo that Jon Jones got from your nephew. That's awesome.
Right.
I thought it goes down the neck.
Yeah, so it goes down the neck. Well, hey,
Anyways, so now he
congratulations
retires.
on a great career, Jon Jones. Here, we'll just add a little bit of that. And
that was a good sound.
I'll tell you this: there really isn't for me. There's really no other UFC news going on right now. That obviously is the big news of the day from the UFC. There would be nothing else to talk about. I have no problem with him retiring. I have no problem with the fact that he did not fight Tom Aspinall. Some people were calling him out, but I look at it like this: he's Jon Jones, he's the GOAT, and why would he, when he's already at the top and he's already got money, right? Why would he fight a guy that might come in and actually knock him out? So I'm not mad at him for it.
Okay, I do get that part, but I'm a little bit sad because he's the last person I know that you.
I'm with you, man.
He's the last name,
You're
right?
sad?
Well, no,
he's the last name.
The UFC,
last name.
so the UFC heavyweight division is garbage now until Tom Aspinall gets a worthy contender. And I mean, we'll still see if he really is a draw anyways, right? He isn't the draw yet. So
Jon Jones is their last draw for name wise.
There's a lot of pre-fights. There's a UFC fight tonight, apparently. So
yeah, apparently it was on our TV earlier.
Yeah, there's a lot of pre-ones that they're doing, but just
what
okay, what's going on? Why you guys gotta do all that?
She's making sure we work. Good
I
job.
heard it
Now we can
earlier.
shut
It was
down.
just fine.
I
But
My microphone is extra touchy.
extra what?
Touchy.
Etchy?
Touchy.
Touchy. It's
Don't-
extra
It's
loud.
Don't forget, you
everything.
got to get closer to the mic.
See, you said I was loud earlier.
I didn't say that.
My phone wasn't even being loud.
He said that. I turned down his monitor, so
Okay,
he's fine.
carry on.
You know what we need to do? We need to invest in a speaker, a monitor to have it out here, and then hook it up. Boop, 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 everybody can hear it.
We can invest in a lot of things,
I
but
have a
we
feeling
have
that'll
what
create
we
an
have right
echo.
now. We have what we have.
I don't know.
Right?
Might work.
All right.
All right.
So we're
Well, before
starting?
we go any further, we have some bills to pay here.
Oh, it's is this a TI live read?
Well, this is a live read. We do have another
a
sponsor.
TI live read. Here we go.
So this episode of the Astro Boys is brought to you by Big Tony's pre-workout barbecue sauce, the only sauce scientifically designed to help to slap harder than your gym playlist. Tired of dry chicken and weak bench numbers? Slather on Big Tony's 3-rep Max Mesquite or our unholy Ghost Pepper PR blend. It's protein-packed, creatine-infused, and FDA discouraged. Big Tony's. Don't just eat, dominate your plate.
I like it, dude. Nice, dude.
I wish
Available
we had,
exclusively at
I wish we
Underground
had Ken
Supplement
on
Shops.
camera.
I will have to give it to you, Ti. That was a pretty good live read, dude.
Well,
That's
we've been picking
yeah.
up some new sponsors,
Yeah,
dude. We got to
man,
try
man.
hard for them. I mean, we ain't gonna just
Yeah.
mail it
I don't
in.
know. I don't know what was more disturbing, the whole entire commercial that you did, or Big Tony. I didn't think I would
I
ever
don't-
be able to
I
say
don't know if I want
Big
to.
Tony.
I don't know if I want to meet Big Tony.
I don't. He sounds.
He sounds
he sounds gross.
That
already.
just sounds
Yeah.
like is he like a big like a sloppy fat Big
You
Tony?
know, from what
or
I
like
hear,
a,
is
a Big Tony? Or is he just like tall and skinny, have a lump on the back of his head?
What
I don't know.
what we're not gonna do is make fun of the sponsors, dummy.
True. My bad. Sorry, Big Tony. You're my man.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
You're my
See,
man,
if
dude.
you want to get some more commercial spots, don't be fucking it up.
Big Tony barbecue sauce. I'm not
That's
going
right.
to call you that. So don't
No,
even.
it's not mine. It's not
don't even
mine.
start. All right, man. Okay, so you want to transition over to
Where are we starting? Do we want to start with this Caitilin Clark?
I think we should start.
episode?
We can start with the Caitlin
Caitlin
Clark. It's
Clark.
fresh in everyone's mind, right?
Caitilin Clark. Say that 5 times. Caitilin Clark. Caitlin Clark.
How
I
about
believe
you,
they was
how about
playing-
you type it out 5 times? Caitilin Clark with a Y.
Correctly.
Caitilin Clark with a Y.
I know, Ti. Spell it right this time. Oh, did you spell it right
Yeah,
this
I
time?
did.
He
I
did.
spelled it right
He
last
did.
time too. If you go back and look at it, it's
Okay.
spelled correctly.
I'll rewind it.
I don't know what
Edit.
everyone's
Edit.
yeah, well, you know.
Okay, so I saw some of the replays, whatever, and I saw her being targeted. So it was that like 3 punches in 3
Oh,
different
man.
games, like in her throat, in her face?
No.
First it was in her eye.
So she was kind of scratched in the eye, right? So what happened is the point guard from the other team kind of scratched her in the eye. But what pissed off Caitlin is that right after she scratched her in her eye, she kind of walked up on her, like, you know, like kind of puffing her
Like
chest
what?
out, like running
Like what?
into her. Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you gonna do about it?
And then Caitlin kind of pushed her like, bitch. I'm kind of assuming she said something like bitch or something. And then that's when another teammate came in for the Sun.
Yeah,
And then
jacked her up, dude.
and then Mabry came in and did the body check.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that was later though, right?
No.
But-
This was all.
That's
This
in
was
the
all
same
the same
thing.
play. This
Oh,
was all the
okay.
same play.
But there was another team that attacked her too, and I thought there was even a third team.
Hold on. So let's stay on this game for a second. So what happened after that, right? Caitlin Clark and them, they was beating their ass, right? And she comes down and she just nails this long 3. This is towards the end of the 4th quarter. And then Caitlin Clark, she just feeling it. So she hits this 3 and she starts just jaw jacking that team, right? Because she's
Right.
feeling it now. And now she's just like throwing smoke at them. And then they had to come pull Caitlin off the they had to pull her off of the court. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
The wood.
We call it a
The wooden
floor.
floors.
Whatever this stuff is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's what happened. And then with 40 seconds left, there was a hard foul on from Sophie Cunningham, which was funny because they was up by 17 with 40 seconds left. And she basically kind of did
Amazing.
did the little headlock and threw her down. What I loved is that as soon as that happened, one of the other teammates rushed at her, and Sophie like wanted all the smoke, right? She like went instantly at him. So she had one girl here, and she literally grabs the girl that she threw down. And if you go back and watch it, she kind of like does like the little sister thing, grabs her like this, and she's saying something in her ear the whole time while she's got a hold of her, and then she pushes her back. That's pretty epic.
So I was watching. Do you guys ever watch Matt Barnes' podcast? Him and Steven Jackson. It's pretty good. But they said,
Great.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
We don't
Is there anything more?
Yes, there is more, dummy. God damn.
Okay.
Will you let me talk? Fuck.
All right.
Dude.
Having,
So
Go
they
ahead.
said, yeah, get that ice out there, bro. Get that ice. Good luck. Get you stuck. No.
Did you already tell your story?
They said that 17% of all flagrant fouls in the WNBA is against Caitlin Clark. Like
I believe it.
all of them. I mean, they're targeting her because why? Because this woman came into your league and is making you more money.
So that's what I was going to
A
ask.
lot of them are
man.
jealous.
They're
jealous.
I was going to
Yes.
ask. So
You could be jealous, but she is bringing up this league and she's making you more money.
that was going to be my question. Anissa,
Do you?
why do you think?
So Joe and I talked about you, motherfucker.
Kick,
But we still want to hear
from
from you. But we still want to hear from you.
So I actually asked Joe. I was like, "Do you think they just cause the
just a
drama on
girl?
purpose because it makes headlines?
For more ratings?
People watch.
No, I do
People
not.
will-
I think everybody in the WNBA is
No.
jealous as fuck.
Well, I
and
think
they
they're
hate
jealous
her.
for sure, but they see that it's working.
But
Fuck Ken, offset here. What are your thoughts about women's basketball? He said, "Fuck them." There we go.
So
Wow.
okay, so
He did not.
okay. So
my bad.
So Caitlin Clark's out there. She's dribbling around. They're playing the game. Is a punch or a scratch right in her face. It's an obvious, purposeful attack on her. But purposeful.
Flagrant.
And
Is that a
It's
word?
called a flagrant.
flagrant foul.
Yeah.
Fine. I don't think they call it purposeful fouls.
They do
but-
not. They do not.
but my
do-
question is,
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just one or two or three or four girls. There seems to be a lot of them that just attack her for no reason. I just don't understand why they would want to do that. You can be jealous all you want, but professionally, that doesn't even make sense.
I wouldn't say it's for no reason. Every time somebody does something to her, their name comes up, so they're talked about.
So it's all about their own.
It's women.
So when Michael Jordan, they called
There
it.
you go, straight from Anissa's mouth.
So every
It's
time
women.
you
Michael
go.
Jordan, they Jordaned his ass. This was all before flagrant fouls and all this other shit, and people getting the Jordan rules and getting kicked out, whatever. So it's almost like it's coming back on her. So she needs to watch Jordan's special. What was it called? The Last Dance.
The last.
Yeah.
That was
Here's the thing.
badass.
The other girls, a lot of them have the nerve to say that they laid the groundwork.
Right.
Those before her laid the groundwork to be able to for her to be able to shine the
Yeah.
way that she's shining.
Right.
And I don't really see that because they've been failing this entire time. It'd be one thing if they were successful before
They
Caitlin
did.
came
Here's
to
the
the
thing.
league.
They didn't want-
the
they didn't want a
only-
white girl to come in
But
and
they're
do
not.
this.
They
I don't
weren't.
even
They
like
were
to
always
say
losing
that,
money.
Hold
but
on.
They
I don't
were.
even
They were
like to
taking
say
the Greyhound bus.
I don't even like to say
Hold-
that.
hold
That's
on,
a
hold-
fact.
Tony, hold on. So I think Anissa has a comment here. What did Jason Whitlock, who used to write for the Kansas City Star,
I hate
right
Jason
here.
Whitlock. Actually,
but
everything
you-
he says
I think
pisses me off.
I think you have something to say about this, Anissa, right? Correct?
Yes, I hate Jason Whitlock. He gets on my nerves. But he was like, "Who's going to get the MVP of the WNBA?" And it's
He named off
It's-
5 white girls, right?
yes,
And there you go. And he was
And-
mad about that.
he doesn't like it, but he says that's why everyone else is mad because they're white.
There are some white girls showing out in the WNBA right now. Hell, there was whoever Caitlin Clark lost to the other night. They had this rookie, I think from Australia or wherever the hell she's from.
So
No.
Sabrina is legit.
This is a
Sabrina.
rookie.
I love
Yes.
Sabrina.
But
She's
who's the girl
badass.
from
good
Las
too.
Vegas? Asia something? The girl from Las Vegas?
I don't know.
That girl's
We need
legit
to
too.
look into
Yeah,
that stuff
yeah,
more
yeah,
often
for
before
sure.
we report on it. But yeah, Man, I was trying to think.
So
of,
you always want to research before we report?
No, hold
No,
on.
we're just
That
not
is-
going to do it.
that's
No,
not
I just
our
said
show,
we should.
dude.
I just
That
said
is
we
not
should.
our
We should.
show,
dude.
I'm like, dang, I
No.
can't think of the name either.
Here's who he says is the WNBA MVP candidates: Nafisa Collier, Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, Sato
I like Brianna
Sabali,
Stewart.
Kelsey Plum. And he
Kelsey
says
Plum?
that's 5 scoops of cane sugar in a so-called black coffee league.
Oh man, that's a racist.
I know.
No, that's Jason
really
Whitlock.
not.
That's
He's
Jason
just-
Whitlock.
he
I mean,
just
he
figure
said
of
shit.
speech. I
He
don't
said
know
shit
why,
just to
man.
piss people off. But I was like,
Yeah.
how? Like he really said that? This is.
Uh-oh.
Okay, now let's look at the look at the WNBA. That you're talking
Do you
about.
watch it?
I watched
Oh,
Caitlin
I
Clark
love
games.
it. I love it.
I watch Caitlin Clark games. So, like I said before, I have much appreciation for her. But like, look at the NBA now. Like, name the top players in the NBA. You're
Right.
talking about Jokic. You're talking about
SGA,
yes, well, SGA's up there also. You know, you're talking,
Halliburton.
yeah.
Well, hold on,
No.
hold on. You said SGA's up there. He was the MVP, bro.
Yeah, well, no, but I think Jokic. You look at Jokic's numbers. I think he honestly should have won it.
Had they went to the finals, he would have won it. He would have won it had they went to the finals. They say that it doesn't matter, but
they
I
say,
get. But
yeah,
they didn't vote on
vote
it
on
until
it before. They vote on it before, allegedly.
Yeah,
But you got Jokic, you got Luka, you got what's the kid's
Luka
name?
didn't deserve it.
Who's the dude in Miami that's blowing Javier? No, Jaime.
I don't have a problem with
I mean,
SGA getting
Vasquez
it,
and
but
stuff like
I
that.
get what you're
A
saying.
lot of Europeans are
Jokic-
stepping up.
The truth is Jokic had a epic season. He probably should have got it when you look at all the numbers across the board, but I ain't mad that SGA got it.
All right, let's go back. So the woman
back
that
to
was
the Caitlin
that was
Clark.
pre Caitlin Clark era. So they may have paved the way. They may have led the path, whatever. But it was all
Okay.
gravel. It was gravel road until
Yes.
Caitlin Clark showed up. Now you're
Oh,
getting
nice
smooth
analogy.
ass fucking
Yeah.
concrete and
So-
She's
roads.
amazing.
I think I'm right on with your wavelength, Walt. I was like, they
ass.
might have kept it going, but Caitlin's going to take it to the next level, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She is taking it to the next level, right? So here's what I liked. Hey, so that last game, I love seeing Sophie Cunningham like step up the way that she did, and she was like down to put that hard foul, just to retaliate for Caitlin Clark. I thought that was pretty badass. I guarantee the Sophie Cunningham jerseys sales took a big spike after that game.
Yes.
Aren't you guys?
Guarantee it.
She's a girl's girl. I like
Oh
it.
yeah,
I love it.
The Fever are smart, dude. They brought over Lexi Hull, right? They brought over Caitlin Clark, or no, they brought over Sophie Cunningham, and they brought over Lexi Hull to pair with Caitlin Clark. They know what they're doing there.
Aren't you guys tired of the whole as soon as
Markability.
somebody does well against somebody else, whatever, then it just turns into a racism thing? Aren't you guys just tired of that? It could be like two good players after each other, and it's just a rivalry, just the way how we grew up, in the 80s and 90s when we had the Birds and the Jordans and the Magics.
No.
Everybody had their own teams.
You started
Those
it was Bird
rivalries.
versus Magic, and then Jordan came in later. Say it right.
Yeah, but Clyde Drexler, we still had rivalries. There were still other rivalries, but there was never nothing racist about it.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Well, here's
I
the
don't
thing.
Like that.
So if you
2025.
were trying to look for a comparison, right? Did Larry Bird, when he came into the league, did he get people talking some shit to him? Yeah, he did his rookie year, right? They found out real quick that he wasn't one to fuck with.
I heard it was the other way around. Larry Bird talked shit to everybody.
Well, he started. No, believe me, but it wasn't always that way. Not his rookie year, right? So I mean, he kind of yeah, he was actually.
He was like, "You're having a white guy hold me."
Yes, I'm offended,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's jacked
But-
up, dude.
I mean, so here's the thing. Here's an analogy for you, right? You could have a good party going, right? You could be at a good party. All it takes is one jackass to ruin it for the whole party, right? It could be somebody that decides to take out a gun, start a fight, whatever it is, right? So I think when you look across the,
I'm sorry, Tony, but
No, go ahead.
I think at one point in our lives we've all been that jackass.
yeah, sure. So, but I think if you look across, like,
we've all had that moment, dude.
yeah.
Throwing bottle caps.
So,
Throwing bottle caps.
oh, yeah. I don't want to be reminded of that.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Why would Fun Kid point at me?
But here's the thing. It's not the majority of people, right? It's not the majority, but it's just those few loud mouths out there that it makes it sometimes seem maybe it's not as big as it is, but there sure are a lot of fucking people online talking shit against Caitlin Clark, which is weird.
That reminds me of a question. So, other than Larry Bird, let's go back to the 80s and 90s. Who else was white that was pretty good?
John
who do you
Stockton?
miss? I'd miss Larry
Okay,
Bird.
John Stockton.
John Stockton was a dirty little
Tom
fucker.
Chambers.
Danny Ainge was the man. I love Danny Ainge. He was a
Danny
scrapper.
Ainge was probably like on a
What was the
second
last one?
level.
Oh no, he was big time
Oh.
3-point shooter.
Who?
He's better than Tom. Well,
Chris
Mullen.
Mullen.
Chris Mullen was the man,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
yeah.
I
Did
would
you
say a
say,
lot, but there was some.
Yeah,
There
you're
was
naming
some.
off like you're naming off
Yeah.
like Spitz and somebody else. I'm like,
If you like enforcers, we
Then
can
you
say
said
Bill
Mullen?
Lambier,
somebody said Spitz. Smith.
Rick Smith.
Rick Smith.
And then you got Detlef Schrempf.
Definitely Shrimp.
Kurt Rambis. Well,
He was a role player, but he won some championships, man.
Bill Lambier. You guys are just naming off white people. I'm talking
Bill
about like
Lambier.
good players, like Larry Bird, player.
Yeah, like
There wasn't
okay.
John Stockton.
Pistol Pete Maravich.
Oh,
Jerry
but-
West.
Oh, Jerry West. There you go. Get him, T.I. Get him,
Bob
T.I.
Joe. You yell out every fucking name he yells out.
Yeah, because those are good names.
No.
Those are good names.
We went down an NBA rabbit
Hold on.
hole here.
Hold on. How many Mexicans have been in the NBA?
Whoa.
Let's see.
Hold on. Maurice Cheeks.
Maurice Cheeks is not Mexican.
Okay,
dude,
well,
no.
Maurice was close.
Don't try to help me, bro.
Hold on. I tried.
I remember Nahara.
What is
Yeah.
Maurice
He was
Cheeks?
not
Look it
Mexican.
up. Look it
Yes,
up.
he
He
was.
was Indian.
No.
We sound
My
like
bad.
fools on
Native
here.
American.
No,
What is Maurice Cheeks?
Hold on.
He was from Mexico. Nahara was from Mexico.
Okay.
Maurice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maurice Cheeks.
He was African American for sure. Dude. What the
Yeah,
fuck
Maurice
are you
Cheeks.
talking about?
No,
dude?
I didn't watch the 76ers back in the day. I didn't watch Berkeley until he went to the Suns.
What? Stop trying to answer the question of a Mexican basketball players.
I wasn't even talking about him no more.
Oh.
Yeah, we were. You said Maurice Cheeks.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember. Actually, he was not too
So I
bad.
googled it. They said he's American.
He's
No,
American.
American.
Berea's, I think he's Puerto Rican.
American.
Hold on, let's see.
We're all not the same.
No,
okay,
no.
like you're from China or something.
They said race or ethnicity, black.
For who?
Yeah.
Fucking
We know that. We said that. We don't even know why Maurice Cheeks even came up during
Black
the
and brown pride. We should celebrate it together.
Mexican.
we should celebrate everyone's pride, right?
Okay, I
Everyone's
googled
proud.
Mexicans
Yeah,
in
we
the NBA.
celebrate
I
something.
got Eduardo Najera.
All right, let's move on.
We already
Okay.
we
Oh, hold on. Maybe since we're talking about basketball, why don't we talk about the NBA and then we can shift to a different sport?
I
That's
thought
an
we just
idea.
did.
Let's
Okay.
talk
What
about
are you
how-
talking about? What are you
I
talking
mean,
about?
it
We
is
just-
game seven.
It
It
is
is
game
game
seven.
seven.
I mean,
it is game seven.
There's only been like what?
What is it, Joe?
4 game
Game
sevens
seven.
in the last 30 fucking years. So I think we should.
Is
probably
that a fact?
Talk about it. It's a fact, actually. Yeah. No, actually.
Then tuck your
This is the
facts.
fifth. This is the fifth. There's only been 4. This is the 5th, right? So the last one was the Cavaliers versus the Warriors, which, by the way, they went into Golden State's turf and took the game. So Indiana's going to be trying to do the same thing when they go down to Oklahoma.
No.
No?
Oklahoma State is Oklahoma
Oklahoma
State.
State. Tell us about it, buddy.
Oklahoma.
I think they get their asses beat.
OKC is going to win this. I mean,
Yes.
So
SGA is
What
going to
makes you
he's
say
going to blow
that?
because SGA is going to blow up. There's no way he's going to let that team lose.
okay. Did you?
I'm
He's
gonna,
the-
I'm gonna
he's
go
the-
for the Thunder because
He's the
they could have been us.
MVP. He's the MVP and the best player in the NBA, and he's gonna win a championship. He's gonna win a championship.
Agreed. I wish we could look up the old
I mean,
episodes.
that's
'cause
one
who
way
said
to
that
look
Oklahoma
at it.
was going to win? Me.
I didn't.
Me.
Ooh,
I
ooh.
did.
I guess I did.
Maybe.
Indiana.
You know,
I
funny.
said
We can look up the old
Oklahoma.
episodes. It's all
Yeah,
on
that is
there.
funny.
It's
I mean, like
all
right
on
now.
there.
Let me tell you something
That
though.
was-
Hold on. Did you watch Game 6?
No,
Okay, you didn't watch Game 6. Did anyone here watch Game 6? So
I
I'm curious.
did.
To hear. Okay, you
It was
watched
a
Game
blowout.
6.
It was terrible.
So watching Game 6, going into Game 7, who do you feel has the advantage?
the basketball player on the other
And
team.
and it is going to be Oklahoma. Okay, Ken, who do you think's got the advantage? Obviously, Game 7, they're playing in Oklahoma. They just came off a big loss. I mean, they in Game 5, to be fair, they kind of blew out Indiana. Indiana returned the favor, right? So, what are your thoughts? I'm gonna have to grab a mic,
Ken,
sir.
Yeah,
Ken,
nobody
come
can
here.
hear
Come here,
him.
I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Ti.
Oh,
Oh, of course,
picking up the
Anissa
fourth mic.
has to go to the bathroom. So,
All right, everybody,
Fuck
welcome.
Ken is finally on a mic. Yes, we do like. Oh my God, never
All
mind.
right, everybody, welcome Fuck Ken back to the show.
Fucking
Thank you.
You gotta move over.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, make some room.
It's all good. I'm don't care.
All right.
no. Ken, get on camera. You want to be on camera? I know.
Okay.
Ken, like he likes to be on camera.
Now you're demanding your
Sit right here on his lap.
Okay.
There's plenty of room.
Not on that big thing.
Big Tony. Sit on Big Tony.
No, sit on Big Tony, bro.
You don't wanna do
Get
that, bro.
away.
You don't wanna do that, bro.
Get away.
You guys are making Keaton uncomfortable over there.
It's
Like,
stop
Dad, no.
talking, guys. Yeah, no.
But no, so going into the game, you saw a lot. But one thing that kind of scared me, I don't know if you guys paid attention to this, when you're talking about Tyrese Halliburton and his shot selection throughout the playoffs, everything he's done is like his shots made. Everything has been on the right side of the court. He is like 0 for whatever on the left side of the court. So
Okay.
from the top of the key all the way to the right, he's like great shooting, makes baskets. Anything on the left, nothing. So if I was OKC, what are you going to do? Push that guy left constantly. Make him take everything from the left side of the court until he proves he can make shots.
Yeah.
I mean, like personally, I know like I'm very great going left.
Yeah, but
Actually,
yeah.
it's funny. I'm right-handed.
Yeah.
But I can go left like
At the end, I was always more comfortable going left myself, even though I'm right-handed too.
Oh, so like me and Ken played in very many of a competitive tournament in basketball when we were younger, and like
various.
everyone was just like
that's
it
what-
was like so easy to go left on everyone, right?
yeah, because they don't expect it.
Yeah, like but I mean, and I was
But
like,
just but he's a shooter, and just everything he shot from the left, like inside, outside, anything from the
no,
left side of the
I
court.
want to talk more about me.
Yeah, right.
No, we're talking about the
But
NBA
I'm just
shit.
playing.
We'll get back to
I'm
you.
just
Yeah,
playing.
but then on top of that, OKC has a great home record. I can't remember what the home record was. Like Indiana did come in and sneak away with game one, with Halliburton's last second shot. But I honestly think like I'm not rooting for OKC, but I think OKC will win it. Like I'd rather see the Pacers win because
I'm a root for them.
they've been an organization that's been
Pacers?
around for so long.
No,
that
I'm
I
a root
wanna-
for
OKC.
Yeah.
I want to see the Pacers win, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think OKC has a lot more going for them, and they're younger, they're hungrier. The NBA is pushing the narrative of SGA being the fucking face of the league now.
So let's talk about that. The younger and they're hungry. I don't know about that because the Indiana is actually the second youngest team in the NBA. So you got the two youngest teams in the NBA playing each other. So I feel that the hunger there is probably equal on both sides, right?
Yep.
But for me, I'm tipping the scales in Indiana's favor. Here's
Okay.
why. If you watch this last game, that was one of the most well-rounded team games that I've seen in a long fucking time, right? You had Pascal Siakam, 16 points, 13 rebounds, right? You had Aaron Naismith. I'm going to name some names that you didn't normally know, right?
No, I know
Aaron
Naismith. I know all
Naismith,
those guys.
10
I know
points.
two of the names.
Right,
Yeah.
10 points. Andrew Nemhart, he started balling in the
Neymar,
third quarter.
yeah.
Yes, 17 points, right? Tyrese Halliburton, they only got 14 out of their star. Halliburton, they didn't
He's
need him
hurt
because all these other guys stepped up. Oh my God, TJ McConnell.
Yeah.
That dude's been
TJ
balling, dude.
McConnell.
That dude's been
Bro.
balling.
And I will say this:
Hey.
if Indiana wins it, he better be the MVP.
Listen, 24 minutes, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 12 points. But he looked like an assassin out there, dude. He looked like an upgraded version of Austin Reeves, bro. He looked hot the other night. And then you had Obi Toppin. Oh my God, Obi Toppin.
Yeah,
20 fucking points,
Yeah,
6
yeah.
rebounds, right?
Sounds like a made-up name.
I know, right? like Toppin. I didn't even know a guy named Toppin was in the league. But
Obi.
my point is
He
this:
was a top pick.
they have, in my
Obi,
opinion, after seeing
Obi.
that, they got the momentum, they got the confidence. When you look at OKC, I don't think they have as many confident players that you see on the Pacers.
Chet,
Not
Chet
when they're
Holmgren
taking that
looked
shot
confident.
because they got
Yeah.
two players that dominate the ball. You got their Jalen. I think it's me with the other guy, but you got
Williams.
SGA and Jalen Williams. Thank you. So
And you have
they
Chet Holmgren.
but he doesn't dominate the ball.
He doesn't, but he finishes.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
No. Okay.
so to answer your question, Chet
Okay.
Holmgren had 6 fucking rebounds and 4 points. Whoa, he didn't.
What's
do
his
dick.
average? That was last game, but what's
That
his
was
average?
last game. I don't know,
That's his
but
average.
he didn't do jack shit. Is my point.
Okay. Are you done? Can I
I'm
talk?
done. They had one
Okay.
other guy with 10 points.
So they're playing Oklahoma City And the only
Yeah.
way that Indiana won there was a last second lucky shot that went
That's
in.
fair.
And now they're back in Oklahoma City,
Yeah.
and they're going to run them out. It's not going to be close. This game, and I guarantee, I'll bet anyone. I will bet anyone $100. Bam, right here. You want to take that bet? I got $100 on OKC in Game 7. If you want, hey, hit me up. If you know my number, it's on, and it's on.
I might bet you. What, you gonna give me the points or just straight up?
No, straight up, motherfucker. Shit, I ain't getting no fucking points.
You said it was going to be a blowout. You said it was going to be a blowout. Give him the points.
No. But when we talk money, it's different.
Give me my points.
So they play tomorrow, right? I think they play
Yeah,
at
tomorrow
7.
night.
Is it early? Yeah, tomorrow night. Yeah.
We might be watching. I don't know. Like we have softball tomorrow. Maybe watch it at J7.
Oh, we might have to watch the first part of J7.
Which, by the way,
sure.
do you have an announcement on that there, Joe?
Yes. So we will have a live show coming up at J7. Johnny's on 7th in Central. And hopefully you guys can come out. Or
Did you say Johnny's on 7th in Central?
Yeah, because it's Johnny on 7th in Central.
In Central.
Was it any of that wrong?
On North 7th Street. Just north. Just
I
south
mean,
of
the
Central.
actual address is North 55th Street or whatever. North
55th.
No, it's
It's just a simple plug, guys.
The numbers are 5-5.
That's 7.
I mean, like I was trying.
It's just a simple plug.
Tony, I was trying to make it. I was trying to make a simple plug. And he questioned me. I'm like, wait, fuck you. I'm plugging, bro. I'm plugging. No, but we'll have a live show there soon. And if you guys want to come out and have fun, have a drink, and we'll have a good time, man. It'll be a good time.
Hey, if you come out and say that you we sent you there, Waltz will buy you a drink.
I like drunk Joe. I like when drunk Joe shows up.
I like it better when drunk Ken shows up.
That's few and far between, buddy.
No.
Drunk Ken was terrible. He was so
It
mean.
is few and far between, but drunk Ken is the best, right?
It's like on the movie fucking Hangover.
no.
He's so mean. Who was that guy?
Hey,
I still
it
do
was
more
even
sports
better
than you.
upstairs. We went upstairs like,
Oh yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
That was a Christmas special, wasn't it?
No, that was recently.
Yeah, that was when we did the gift exchange when Scott was in town, right?
That was like a month ago.
No. You just came over at a
He's
random.
so drunk, he don't remember.
March, wasn't
Was it-
Yeah.
it? No,
Oh.
that was when.
I'm just finding out that fucking folk Ken spilled a fucking drink on my
Yes.
upstairs.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
That must have been a good time.
You grabbed a towel and cleaned it up.
Hey, it's tough having buddies.
It's
It's tough having buddies.
The last one I remember is when what's her name slapped the shit out of me for drinking her fucking seltzer.
That
Michaela.
was at J7.
No, that was here.
That was here. No, it was Waltz that never mind.
You should you should shut that down, dude. You should shut that down.
Oh.
Yeah. So hey, I will say this. So game 7's tomorrow. We got 3 people saying Thunder. I'm saying the Pacers. I think the Pacers will win by at least 3 points. And one thing that I really liked, and I'd love to see more of this in game 7, is that when TJ McConnell was out there on the floor, he was the floor general. Like he was the guy.
Oh, that just ball.
He was no. What I'm saying is like he controlled everything. When he was on the floor, he was the one orchestrating everything. It wasn't Halliburton. It wasn't their other players. It was McConnell. And I feel like the team, man, they were just moving.
Beat off his energy.
They were, and I'm telling you, he was creating his own shots. That was what's making him really dangerous. He was creating his own shots, and because you got the other stars, Halliburton and them, they can't double team McConnell. So he's been taking advantage of it, and I expect to see more of that in game 7.
Only knock on him is he's way undersized. He's only like
Oh, you didn't say that because he's white.
Well, no,
no, because he's like 5'8" and 5'9". That's why.
Okay, well, I mean, 'cause he's,
I mean, no doubt.
Look,
No
look at
doubt,
Allen Iverson.
dude.
How tall was Allen Iverson? Probably a little taller,
6'1".
right? Yeah, a little taller, a little taller.
I don't care.
Is he
Dude.
really that small?
Allen Iverson?
No, McConnell.
Yeah,
5'8".
he's
No
like,
shit.
yeah.
Tony Hannah, did you just say McConnell in the same sentence as
I'm
AI?
talking about height.
No, dude. AI, I don't care. He was like the best.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
6'1"
not.
player ever.
I'm not
dude.
saying that they had the same abilities. I just said
Allen
the
Iverson
same
was
height.
a freaking monster.
But I get what you're
Talking
going. Where
about
you're going. I
practice.
get where you're going.
talking about practice.
Oh, I correct myself. He was 6 foot.
Yeah, I thought he was a little taller than 5'8".
Practice.
Yeah, don't
Not
don't
again.
ever disrespect AI like that again, dude. I think it was
But
disrespectful.
practice.
Okay.
AI was a shooting guard in a point guard's body.
No, AI was my favorite, probably one of my favorite players of all time. Him and Dennis Rodman and Larry Bird, probably
I
my
like the
3
dude.
favorite
No.
players.
Hence
I still have those
hence
socks.
the nickname.
I
So
still
I
have
don't-
AI socks.
So I don't know about when this is going, but like I want to do a segment of who do you miss? Who do you miss watching? Well, remember I told you that.
I can
Ken?
answer that right now. Who
What,
do
from
I
the-
miss?
from the NBA? Or
And we
what?
just
No,
said it.
anywhere. Who do you miss watching?
Okay.
I think I'm saying that wrong. I
Yeah.
think I said
Who
it
do you
better.
miss? It's just who do you miss?
Who do you miss?
Past
Who
or
do you
present?
miss?
Well, not present, just past. Right? They don't play anymore. It could be on any sports
Yeah,
team.
who do you miss? Let's do that right now. Are we good? Are we good with doing it right now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are we picking any sport or what are you doing?
If you
Any
want to think
sport.
of your person, I'll kick
Anyone.
it off. I got somebody. So I'll kick it
Anyone.
off, but we go down the
Anyone.
line.
Okay.
So we just talked about this. You know what? We talked about a long time ago, man, and I do miss this. Well, we used to talk about BJ Penn on this show. We have talked about it
Oh,
for a
you miss
long
watching
time.
BJ Penn?
I do,
BJ
but
Penn was tough.
No,
you
I
know
do-
what? I'm gonna go a different
no.
direction because that's not gonna
I
get us
think
any
there's
clicks.
better UFC
Yeah.
players,
Players?
fighters than that.
Well, I'll tell
That
you
you
my
miss.
favorite UFC player. No, honestly, we had just said the name Allen Iverson, dude.
Yeah.
There it is. Loved watching Allen Iverson. You got some players that try to emulate what he does, but there's never been another Allen Iverson since he's left the league. There was never one before him, and I just love that. He played a lot like me back in the day, and so
And if you don't know,
No lie.
if you don't know,
No lie.
if you don't know, there's a reason why he's named T.I.
That's right.
There's a
I think
reason why
about
he's
it
named
because
T.I.,
sometimes I would
baby.
try too hard, and then that was the thing that
No. That's
Allen
Tony
Iverson
Iverson,
always
baby.
gave 1,000%.
He was
right?
Tony
And
Iverson
that's
'cause
what
he
I
didn't
love
Tony
about
lie.
him.
Iverson.
He was Tony Iverson because he didn't like practice.
I've been known to die for a loose ball on concrete.
And
That's
he
all I'm
loves
gonna
that name
say.
so
All I'm gonna
much.
say.
He's adopted that name. He's even put it on his hat.
But I was given that
He's
name. I never
did-
called
I did
myself.
give you that name.
I was
I
given
did.
that
Oh.
name.
I
And
did
that's-
give you that.
And
name.
you know what? And that's awesome because when
Yeah.
you give it, that's a pretty cool name.
Yeah.
That's
T.I. is a pretty good name, dude.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good name, dude.
That's an
To
all
be
right
given
name.
He was T.I.
by
before
your
T.I.
friends.
He was.
By your friends.
was.
That's
If
why I
I ever
said.
see, and if
That's
I
why I
ever
said
see
that.
Ti, it's on site. Just
That's-
saying that
It's
right
on
now.
site.
It's on site.
That's why I said.
Just kidding,
He's the
You're
original
cool.
T.I.
And he was T.I. before T.I. the rapper.
We
That's
just
what we-
said
we
that
just
3
said that.
times.
Drunk Joe's here. Very
My
cool.
bad.
Okay, where's the
My
mute
bad.
on
All right.
his? His is number 2.
We're not muting.
So
Not yet.
I'll chime in. My top. I'm gonna tell you from the top 4 sports in general.
No,
I'm gonna tell you.
I don't know about
just one, bro, 'cause
4,
everyone
Yeah.
gets
maybe
one.
2.
Everyone
Yeah.
gets one.
I will
Whoa.
tell you Michael Jordan. I will tell you Barry Sanders,
Come on.
Okay.
I will
Just stop
say
at 1.
Barry Bonds, and Wayne Gretzky. Now,
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky
You never
was-
watched
Yeah,
fucking
have this
hockey.
have this conversation.
Fucking
I
guy.
watched hockey when
Who
Green
brought
Bay
this
was
guy?
around.
Hey, I know we don't talk hockey, but Wayne Gretzky is a
Wayne,
great.
you talk
You know
about
what?
it.
You know
Yes,
what?
he
You know what I
was.
think?
I watched hockey.
None
when-
of us have ever watched hockey.
I believe it because
I watched
Ken.
ESPN.
If I remember right, Ken probably has a Wayne Gretzky hockey card.
Yeah, I got a bunch.
That's
of
why. That's why he watches them. He
And
started
I-
collecting as a kid.
Casey Waltz, who's your
Gotta watch
like,
him play.
who's your I wish I don't even know. What the
Who do you
question.
miss?
I
Who
can't-
do
I
you
can't-
miss?
I can't say.
Who
No.
do you miss?
I want to hear it from Joe. What's the title, Joe?
Who do you miss?
Oh, like family members or
This-
what do you miss to watch, folk?
Okay.
Mine is gonna be Priest Holmes
Oh, he
because
that one year he
solid.
was fucking man.
not
he
the one,
was-
just 2 or 3.
I think he had like 2 years back.
Any
but
year
was
that he
fucking
played up until the last year.
phenomenal, dude.
Man, he
Okay.
just the way he ran, and then he would disappear in the line, and
And
then
he'd
he just
come up.
pop up out of nowhere.
8 yards later.
So
That was I believe maybe one of our last running backs that were actually that good.
So I just
Jamal
Charles. was
Jamal
a stud.
Charles.
Before he
That
had
guy dude was
knee
legit
injuries.
too.
Derek
Sure.
Johnson had one awesome year, right?
But Priest
Who?
Holmes, man, no, yeah, that
But,
dude
yeah.
was like, oh,
Okay, so
yeah.
I just showed Keaton this. Priest Holmes was selected on the All-Century team for the year 2000 and up so far.
I agree
So
with
for the
that.
quarter of the
Yeah.
century already, Priest Holmes was selected for the All-Century team as running backs. Him, Christian McCaffrey, and who was the other one? I don't even remember, but there was one other running back.
Here's the thing about Priest Holmes. You don't have to worry about him doing any dumb shit in the offseason for the most part, right? Am I right?
He was very.
Was he?
I seemed like a really like
Christian McCaffrey?
No,
Priest
Priest
Holmes.
Holmes.
Priest
man.
Holmes.
He was.
Yeah, he was never
No,
trouble.
he said that's what he said. He said
That's
you
what
never
I'm
had
saying.
to worry.
He was
about
like
Oh.
the guy that you knew, like, hey, that's the fucking professional man.
Well, his
No.
name's Priest, so he probably,
probably
his
right,
his
right.
mama was always at his
That's
games.
what it means.
His mama was always at his games, make sure he was performing, well. And man, that dude, I mean, he was humble, but just the way he ran and those screens left and right, up the middle, not so much, but left and right, he would just disappear. And then even the defense would like give up, like, okay, he's tackled in there somewhere, and he popped out of nowhere.
That's when we had our heyday. We had a killer offensive
Was
line.
that Willie Rolfe time?
Willie's
we
Rolfe.
had, we
Will
had the best-
Shields.
Will Shields.
Will
Oh, we had the
Shields.
best line in the game. So to be fair,
Yeah.
right? But hey, we had other guys that tried to run the ball and they didn't run it like Priest. So
Joe, what's yours?
So who do I miss?
And if you guys want to chime in, go ahead and put your player
So
that you
Ken
missed.
said one of them, but like, who do I really miss watching is Teresa Hoopman.
Aw.
Watching this
okay.
girl fucking dive around and catching balls. Oh, you just say, this chick was by far the best outfielder I've ever watched in my life.
I wish you'd play softball.
very
again.
nice.
I know she actually teased me a little bit, but
Did
she's
she?
like, "Oh, maybe I'll
Really?
come. Maybe I'll come." I was like, "What?"
Oh, you must have yelled at her. You must have been-
It was at lunch, but like, no, that girl had the most. You talking about web jams on ESPN? She had them all. She had them all.
I
And
can imagine.
I'm not the that's my daughter. No, she was phenomenal.
No, I can
But
imagine because when she
besides
played
that-
softball with us, she was pretty bad. She had her little highlights.
Remember the time like someone tried to run on her? She's like,
Yeah.
she like threw them out, and they were only halfway there.
So hold on,
They're only halfway there.
context. She threw him out from left field, right?
Yeah,
Left field.
Oh, okay, there you
And
go.
then-
That's pretty good.
but they
then-
were only like halfway home, and they actually stopped and turned. I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah, that dude looked over. He was like, "Damn."
Yeah,
Hey, hold on. So
because she's a little girl. She's
Hold on,
she's
hold
like
on.
a big. She's a little girl.
very little, right? She's
Yeah,
in comparison to us, right?
Oh yeah.
Could
Well,
you imagine,
everybody's little compared to our fat asses.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine
Yeah,
her
right,
throw
right.
into home compared to Walt's throw into home? Sorry, Walt.
Hey, I can have a throw off with her. I'm not afraid of
A
her.
throw
Yeah.
off.
I could have a throw off.
You should be very afraid. But besides that, like my family, like, my daughter, who I want to have a little moment. But
Oh, there goes Joe picking more than one.
Well,
but he said 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead. Get
No,
it.
but
we
like,
told
all of
him,
the
but we
big
told
four.
him not to. It was
every
just the
player
one.
from the Big Four. That's who I miss watching the play.
But I know like Barry Sanders for sure, dude.
Barry Sanders.
Barry-
was
like,
awesome.
I would love just like I would love the Thanksgiving game. So I was like, oh, Detroit's gonna play.
He's always going to break one. You just had to sit there and watch it
Even
until he broke
He
the
had
one.
the best 3-yard loss runs ever, right?
Did you see that
the
stat?
best
Like
3 runs?
in the NFL, he has the most negative yard rushes,
yes,
and he's
yes.
still up there in rushing
No,
yards.
but those were the best runs ever.
Yeah.
His negative runs were the best runs. They were the most exciting, best to
'Cause
watch.
he would
dude.
change sides of the field, like he'd go from left to right to back to the middle and try to find a hole.
And after that, it would be Allen Iverson. That dude was fucking amazing to watch.
Allen Iverson, really?
Allen Iverson gave his all. All NBA players
No, he
ever.
didn't. No, he didn't.
Are you kidding me?
At practice, did he ever give his all? No.
Larry Brown said no.
Okay,
Larry Brown said he said practice more
said
than he
no.
ever
Do you want
attends.
to really talk about what
He
the
said no.
this we're talking about practice? Do you
I
know what
side
that
with
meant? Do you
I
know what that
side-
meant?
I side with Allen Iverson on that.
Do you know what that
100%.
really meant when he's like about practice? That didn't mean about practice. That meant like we're fucking talking about a game, and now you want to talk about practice?
Yeah, because he doesn't show up. Guess what Jordan did? He
No,
went to
we're in a
practice.
press
every
conference.
day.
So,
And he's like, we don't want to talk about practice. We want to talk about what happens in the game. And you want to talk about practice?
'Cause he
Practice
Because he doesn't show up.
correlates with
No,
what
no,
happens
no,
in the
no,
game.
no. Here's why-
man. No,
here's-
he wants.
here's-
He's like, you want to talk about what happens in the
everybody-
game?
hold on.
In the game.
Everybody
Boy, I'm about
calm
to come over
down.
across that table and smack the shit out of you.
Everybody calm the fuck down.
I just recently got the backstory on this whole story, by the way. So let me chime in here. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
this
T.I.
is from when Allen Iverson really talks about it and they go to it, and then you listen to other players that played with him. I think most people would side with Allen Iverson. There's
doubt.
never been another player in the NBA that took the type of beating that he did night in, night out, right?
For
night
sure.
in, night out.
For
No
sure.
other player, right? Now, you
Really?
could say that Michael Jordan got a lot of hits early on, but he had a bigger frame. He was bigger than Allen Iverson. So,
Not
yes.
until he lifted.
Okay, so either way, he was still bigger than Allen
Excuses.
Iverson, right?
Go ahead.
So the point is this: is that, and what Allen says, like, do you want me to be 100% in the game, or do you want to, or do you really need me to show up and practice, or do you want me to be that guy, that dog that's in the game, diving for the balls, willing to get beat up?
I think you're still missing the point. The point was like he didn't want to talk about practice. He wanted to talk about the game. What happened in the game?
And
who cares about? I mean, practice is whatever practice is like.
No, okay.
But we're on a press conference. Let's talk about the game.
Okay, now this is my point. That'll
Joe's muted. Go ahead,
we'll
kid.
leave it after all this. Okay, so in the end, Jordan brought that to every practice, every single game. That's why he won championships. That's why Allen Iverson did not. That's my opinion. Is because he never showed to those guys like. Jordan would bust their ass. Jordan never lost a suicide ever in practices.
I got you on mute. Let him talk.
Never lost a suicide at practices. Did he have to do that? Everybody knew he was the greatest. No, because he wanted to set a standard for the rest of his team to fucking get behind and follow.
Okay, you're done.
Ken, did you listen to our last episode?
Okay, Joe, you're muted.
No. Our last episode when it was like the what if.
No, I work.
The what if Scottie Pippen played for the Hawks, not for the Bulls? Then Michael Jordan doesn't win championships.
You don't know that.
We don't know that, but I'll say this.
I do know that.
I'll say this.
I do know that.
Allen Iverson did not have Scottie Pippen, and he didn't have Dennis Rodman on his team.
He had no one.
He had Andre Iguodala.
Okay.
Okay. So keep naming the stars that he played with.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to go ahead and give my input, and so I think I was a huge fan of Allen Iverson. I really was. I have stop, man. But I always thought he was kind of a ball hogger, but he had to take over the game every single time. He was a shooter. He was, yeah.
No, but that was like Jordan too. Jordan had to do that same thing.
Fucking.
But
let Walt have a statement right here.
No, I'm not interrupting. I'm just saying, like, Jordan had to do the same thing. He had to be a ball.
But believe me, if I want to talk again, I'm gonna meet you guys.
But
Heyo. All right, and we're gonna talk about so that was a good segment, Joe. Thank you. That lasted longer than I thought it would be. All right, you guys want to do the Royals?
Hey, here's some other people that that Allen Iverson played with. Eric Snow, Aaron McKee.
Eric Snow was good.
Okay. Theo Ratliff.
Theo Ratliff was good.
Okay.
You can't say everybody. They're all good. They're NBA players.
At their time. No.
Are any of them close to either Dennis Rodman or Scottie Pippen?
Okay.
They're not even in the conversation,
okay,
bro.
Stop. So let's go. Okay, you're looking at the later
Never mind.
years. Now let's go to the early years. You're talking about Scottie Pippen. And
he had Dikembe Mutombo at one time.
And
I'll give him
else,
that.
though? No, like who
Chris
else?
Webber.
No, I'm talking about the Bulls. Like who else was on that first run of three? That was really good. I will say Horace Grant. No, he was on the second run.
All right, Horace Grant.
I'll give you Horace Grant, and he wasn't even that good.
Craig Hodges, 3-point specialist,
but he was never an all-star.
Here's what they had.
A bench player.
They had the triangle.
Oh, John Paxson.
So here's
Steve
what they
Kerr.
had.
The shooters.
Yeah.
The white boy shooters.
But they're just role players.
They are role players.
But here's the thing.
Which is what I'm saying about Theo Ratliff.
But Scottie Pippen was a star. He was just shadowed by Michael Jordan.
But they had Scottie Pippen, and then you're also forgetting the very important that they had Phil Jackson.
Okay, what's that got? They had Larry Brown.
Because
Phil Jackson. Had Larry Brown.
Okay. And
who had Larry Brown?
The 76ers.
So the 76ers, right? And then Phil Jackson is the guy with the most NBA rings in NBA history. 14.
Didn't he try to go to New York?
Two as a championship as a player.
Was that him?
True. What?
No, he didn't go to New York Knicks. I'm thinking of slick hair from Miami Heat. No, the other older guy.
Oh, man. Almost
this was a fun conversation.
Should we get fucking off here and get his son on here so we can talk about his?
No, I figured if you guys want to talk football, I was going to let Ken.
They did have Mutombo,
and then
and Mutombo was a star.
That was the year they went to the finals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shit. Okay.
Eric Snow, Theo Ratliff, Vernon Maxwell.
Do you know who
Tony Kukoc? He was on that team.
On Philadelphia team?
Yes. Tyrone Hill, who was an all-star.
Fucking get off our set.
Raja Bell.
Keaton. Okay. Bring it on here, bro.
Said that you want to talk football.
Well, let's.
All right, let's make some transitions. Come over here, king size kitten.
Yeah, let's talk about Keaton. Let's talk about Keaton's accomplishments.
Accomplishments.
Accomplish.
I just said right now, king size kitten.
Come.
It's a king size kitten. You should have practiced your syllables and your consonants before you came on the show.
I know.
All right, next up we have king size Keaton, straight up from Iowa. After a huge championship, right? So, hey, can you tell me a little bit about? So it's not Morningstar. That was a KU basketball player. Morningside.
Oh, there it is.
You guys remember Morningstar? All right, Keaton. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what happened this past year and all the highs and lows.
So going into my junior year, Morningside College, started our summer program just last month. Just been lifting and running, trying to get in shape for the next season. But this last season, we managed to win our conference championship, the G-Pack. And that's what this little box is right here, our conference ring. We'll get to that here in a minute.
Okay. All right.
Well, do we want to go ahead and show that right now? Go ahead and pull that out.
He said we'll get to it in a minute.
But do we want to go ahead and redo it? Put them on the
gotta know
finger,
the story
man.
behind it, man.
Know the
You gotta know
story.
how I got it.
Okay, put it on your finger.
Mute.
Denied, Joe. Too late.
Go ahead, Keaton. You're talking.
All right. So first game of the season, started Benedictine at home. We're down by, I think it's 28-3 at half. We managed to fight back, make it 45-41 at the end of the fourth quarter. They go all the way down the field, score. We're down by 3. We managed to get all the way down. Last play of the game, 4th and 1 second on the clock. We run a
Benedictine, yeah.
Run a wildcat play. They blow the whistle dead. We lose the game.
Lose by 2?
By 3, 45,
3
48.
points. 3 points.
So that was your final game. That was last.
No,
game?
that was
Our
the
first
opening
game of the season.
the first
game. So
Okay.
then
I thought you were talking about the championship game.
No, the first game of the season. Then they went on a run.
But Benedictine was one of the better teams in the league, right?
Oh yeah, so
Yeah, they made it to the semifinals.
They
and the
made it
playoffs
to the
too.
semifinals. Played Kaiser University out of Florida. Was winning the whole game basically, and then ended up giving up the lead. Lost that game. And then Keaton's team ended up playing Grandview University, also an Iowa-based team just north of Des Moines. And, it was kind of back and forth at halftime. And then the second half, Grandview kind of started putting it together, scored a couple touchdowns, and kind of shut down the offense. Their quarterback was a D1 bounce back. I think Grandview had a Division I quarterback. Bounce, drop down to the NAIA.
I mean that happens. That happens.
That happens quite a bit.
Oh,
And
it
so-
happens a ton for
yeah.
sure.
And so they ended up losing 35,
35-14.
35-14.
How many games were there
They played
in your season?
9 regular.
14.
9 or 10
9 regular season, 3 playoff games. So they were 12-2 for the whole.
So Ken, who says he's Asian and he loves math, it's not working out so good right now, buddy.
that's math, right? They won 9 games and 3 playoff games.
That's not work. Does not equal 14.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Did not.
Okay, but
Ken, shut up. Keaton, talk.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So
So what was I talking about? Legos.
yeah.
So I
Those are
finished my
fun,
Batman
too.
Lego.
So you're talking about the first game was not good, but then after
First
your
game,
first game,
we go on a run. Later in the season, we beat our 2 big conference opponents, Dort, Northwestern. We win the G-Pack with actually one game left in the season. We won it. It's our second to last game of the regular season.
okay, keep talking. Don't listen to your dad. Keep talking.
I never liked to anyway.
I don't even like your daddy really anyway. This guy's
He's
kinda
cool.
jacked up.
He's cool.
We'll see when you're walking home later.
Oh,
It's these fucking fans behind the TV over here talking all loud. That's what happens when such stars like us.
All
All right, let's get to the championship game.
Oh,
So you go to the
Oh,
playoffs.
the playoffs. Let's do the playoffs.
No,
Let's start
Ken
the
wants to
playoffs.
do it. Ken wants to do it. Okay.
No, I
No,
know. I'm just
no,
saying, they didn't make the
no,
championship game.
Ken. Let's go. Keaton,
That's what the ring was on.
the
Conference
playoffs.
championship.
That's
Ah,
just
okay.
conference. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
So I think at the end of the season, ranked 6 overall in the nation. We get the first round bye. We play our first game against Mid America Nazarene, blow them out 35-0.
There you go.
Local school.
That's where he gets his master's degree from, right?
I
Beat
did.
the shit out of his alma mater.
Hey, menu. Let's go.
Beat the shit out of him. Cool.
And next game, we travel all the way down, play in Montana.
Ooh, Montana.
It was beautiful. It really was.
Yeah, I got to see the nice
I
mountain view.
bet it is.
It was very nice.
So first game or second game playoffs, go down, play Montana, Western. Another one of those games where it seems kind of sticky at halftime. We're down. I think we only scored once the entire first half. Our defensive coordinator was chewing our ass, saying, "Look, you guys need to pick it up right now. You aren't listening. You're not doing the right coverages."
Can you remind everybody what your position is?
Offensive tackle, second most important position. Respect the big fellas up front.
Oh, dude. And I don't know if you can see him on camera, but if you see this dude in person, this is a big human being. over here. This is a big human being.
6'6", 310. Yeah, don't say much.
I feel insignificant.
Yeah.
I feel like I could talk shit more at the bar if Keaton was behind me.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just kind of like, hey guys,
Yeah.
leave my dad alone.
And all of his friends.
This is security. This is security.
Sorry, Keaton. Go ahead and continue your story.
But yeah, down by half, our coaches are chewing us out, saying we need to come together, put together a drive. And it's one of those things that's all it takes is that little kick in the ass and manage to turn it on. We go on a run. We shut out their offense. I think they might have been number 1, maybe number 2 in the NAIA in scoring. Shut them out second half, managed to win 34-28, something like that.
Okay, nice.
Let me ask you something, Keaton. So when you're out there and you're on the field, and then you got your boys next to you, and it's a team game. It's not like golf. It's not like, baseball. You're up there. You're by yourself. Or pitching. You're by yourself. Do you ever, like in the rain, in the heat, cold? Do you ever talk to yourself and like tell yourself anything like keep going or get your head out your ass or?
I'm talking about like this, like weather situation.
No, just in general.
What's your mental state when you're playing out there?
Talking to yourself. Do you feel like, okay, it's me, I got to do my role? What do you tell yourself?
He's thinking like, I want to fuck this dude up, right?
That's what I want to hear, Joe.
I'm never really like that. I'm always just thinking win the next rep, even if I fuck up on a
win
rep.
the next rep. I
Win
love
the
that,
next rep.
Keaton. Win the
But
next rep.
In terms of just the game overall, I'm just thinking
That's how you do it. Win the next rep.
I'm just thinking about what I'm doing
100%.
right now in the moment. Like quarterback gets the play, they give it to us. It's just like I'm thinking, all right, I gotta make sure I do my job the best possible way I can. I'm never really thinking anything. Like even if it's a late game situation, we're down by a score, we need to drive down the field. I'm never thinking, oh, we need to keep going. We need to keep going. I'm always thinking, just slow down, just do what's
So you
This play,
you need
you
to
tell-
now.
this play,
Exactly.
you tell
Focus on
yourself,
what's going
hey,
on
let's
now.
slow
This
down.
play, I like what you said. I'm gonna win this rep.
This one. That's
I'm
all
gonna
that
win
matters.
this rep.
Not what happens next.
Love
It's
it.
not what happens in
Love
the
it,
past.
dude.
It's in the present.
I love it so much, rep.
Legarius Sneed, that's the way I love the way he played. The reason why is because when there was always a flag on himself, they asked him too, what do you think about that flag? Blah blah blah. He goes, oh, I wasn't worried about I didn't even know there was a flag. I was just looking for the next play. That's what I liked about Legarius Sneed when he was playing defense.
I mean,
So
when you're an athlete playing at a high level, you have to let shit go. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that play was done.
Short memory definitely is a big factor in
that play
everything.
is done. We're on to the next play. And I didn't make that play, but I'm making this play.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
So
And I loved how Keaton was like, I'm just worried about the next rep. Oh, that was awesome, dude. Love it, dude.
So after the
Yes.
victory in Montana Western, they played the semifinal game to play for the championship game, and it was
Who was
drawing a
that
blank.
against?
Who is it?
Grandview.
Grandview. They were the number 1 ranked team in the nation at the time.
So
They-
this was
No,
this
they
was
would've
your
been
second
number
time playing them?
3.
Oh, they were 3?
Number 2 or number 3, but they had like the number 1 ranked defense.
Okay, that's what it was.
So this was the second time playing them of the season.
No, this is
No.
the first time playing them. This is our third playoff game, the semifinals right before the national championship.
Okay.
So they run into Grandview.
I would like to say right now, like you don't have to be a Division I player to go out and have these experiences.
To respect what's going on.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone like D1, D2, whatever level you're playing at, you're going out and you're having experiences. You're having these life moments, and you'll never forget them. Right? You'll never forget those. And man, like right now, Keaton's talking about a lot of stuff that he loves and he'll ever remember. And you don't have to be a D1 player. Just
No,
there's something out there for you. If you want to play college football or college baseball, whatever college level
any
sports,
college level sports.
there's a level for
What's
you,
this guy doing?
and there is nothing better.
Taking a pick.
There's nothing better than going out there and playing college sports,
Dude, that's what
love it,
that's what I
dude.
try to instill in him. I'm like, dude, like you say it's NAIA, blah 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 blah, but I was like, you're accomplishing more than all these guys on this panel. Like we had hopes and dreams and aspirations of being players and doing anything. You know what I mean? Like as far as sports, but like what you've done crushes most of you know.
We never
well,
got
no,
invited.
no,
We never got
absolutely,
invited to. So yeah, man, we grew
The
up. We
fact
played
that you're playing.
sports, in our local high schools, whatever. But we were never invited to go to any colleges, just like you did. They
Probably
reached
'cause you're
out to
too
you.
fat, man.
The best comeback ever.
And that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in.
Actually, back then I was not. I was actually the skinniest, skinnier than Ti. Believe it or not.
So Keaton, I don't know if you heard
high
this
school?
story.
In middle school.
In
I
middle
was skinny as
school,
fuck.
hold on. In middle school, this was our high school, so our middle school running back, and he ran into the down marker and broke his leg.
Yeah, that was nasty.
And then I played freshman
and
basketball.
then we got good.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was the second game, and then you guys started winning.
Hey, no, he went out and we won the next 4 games.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Then I played freshman basketball, and then that was it.
Then that's when Harold took over as running back, right?
Yeah, then he took over my spot at basketball too. I'm like, this motherfucker.
When we say Harold, that's Harold Piercy, the best athlete ever played at Harmon High School ever.
I
Then
don't
we come
know.
out of there.
Harama Dickerson was a.
Nah, Harold beat Harama, dude.
Do you
No
think
doubt.
so? I
For
just think
sure,
I think
dude.
Harama just didn't get the breaks. He blew his knee out, and Jay.
He went to Colorado, and then
No, he never went to college. He couldn't pass.
He couldn't pass the regular fucking tests.
And
so-
he never
but
scored
Harold
high enough
Piercy-
in the SAT.
Harold Piercy was
Allegedly.
actually playing out there in San Francisco.
No, Mizzou.
The 49ers. No, he played for Mizzou.
Well, he got
But
some tryouts.
he had some
He got
tryouts.
tryouts. I
At
don't
least
know.
he went that far.
But
he was
no.
Mizzou.
I think he did play because I think he's an NFL Players Association.
He
rep.
is. He is.
So
doesn't mean he
he's like a
played, but-
union rep.
Oh no, Harold's my dude. Like I knew that dude since fucking kindergarten.
Pre-K.
Pre-K,
Waltz.
not pre-K, but kindergarten. Yeah, man.
My dude.
That's right. Taught him how to brush his teeth.
I taught Waltz how to.
He was like, I got this rag. I was like, well, that's cool. We can start with that.
I
Well,
told.
was you guys like, how do you cook rice?
Yeah.
We cook rice different than you.
Yeah. Well, we put tomato
That's
sauce in
actually
ours.
true.
We put tomato. I was like,
You're like, what?
tomato?
Why? Why are you changing the color?
We put soy sauce in ours.
Well, how do you do yours? Just plain white.
Water.
Just plain wow.
What?
Water.
What? Just water. We boil it. We fry our
Hey.
shit.
Hey, this much water. This much. Just
Yeah.
the fingertip.
The fingertip. The fingertip.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
It is
That
a thing. That's
That
a
is
measuring.
thing. Waltz knew exactly where I was
Yeah,
going.
that's a Filipino thing.
But no. But so back to the NAIA. He played in the semifinals, lost to Grandview, who ended up being in the national championships.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it was
So what was the outcome, my friend?
So what do you got? What do you got over there? Show us what you got over there, Keaton.
let's see.
Got our conference championship ring here.
I see a box.
It's a box, but
Whoa!
Oh, but yeah,
Get
put
up
that
there.
sucker
Put it-
on,
put
dude.
it on the
Get up
camera.
there.
Get
Yeah.
Get up
All
there.
Show it off. Hey, this is a lifetime moment. I don't care what anybody says.
No doubt,
Look at that.
dude. Dude, it's a
Look
There
at it.
you
Look at
go,
that.
baby.
Sides. Chapman.
So tell everybody what's on
Chapman.
the ring. What is
Chapman, baby.
it? What does it say? What's on the front?
Oh man, it has Chapman on the side. That's
Front,
awesome, dude.
back,
I love that
side
more
to
than
side.
anything, dude.
Yeah.
That's great. You'll always have that. You can tell your grandkids about that shit. Like, look
Yeah.
at this, and then you can like spice it up a little bit too.
Yeah. You can embellish once I'm dead and like I'm not there to contradict your story. You could be like, yeah, we were this close away. We got ripped off.
I mean, I know Ken will be dead, but they'll also be alive. Like, no, little Chapmans.
So there I was.
no,
protecting
little
Patrick
Chapmans.
Mahomes at Morningside.
All right. So real quick, before we get to the real quicks, I got to give a shout out to my youngest son, Kenny J.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. So
dude.
brutal accident. He was out at Washburn
Are
University.
we on the real quicks?
No, that's what I said.
No,
I
man,
gotta
wait.
do it. I gotta do it.
Well, he's doing real quicks right now.
No,
No,
I said
he said before the
beyond,
real quick.
Before the
Oh,
real
okay,
quick.
okay, my
I gotta
bad.
give a
Just
shout out to my boy.
Stop talking.
Washburn University. He was out at a camp out there with Lee Summit High. He was getting reps with the ones on the varsity team, killing it.
Cool.
Sent him in on a play, got leg whipped, rolled up on, fractured his tibia. I mean, brutally. And we just got back literally last night, was in the hospital for 2 or 3 days. And titanium rod, 4 screws later. Hopefully he'll be bouncing back. So keep an eye out. Quick and speedy recovery to my boy, Kenny J.
Yeah, Kenny J, man. He is a
J.
triathlete. There's basketball, baseball, football, lacrosse.
Well, try means 3 and you named 4. But we'll go with football, basketball, and track.
We know that Walt's doesn't know the best of math.
Yeah.
All right, Kenny J. Well, don't forget.
Do
you're
we
gonna
wanna
bounce
get
back.
the-
You're youngin'.
Do you want to get T.I. back on the show?
T.I.
Hey.
We need to
Thank
talk-
you, Keaton,
Not even gonna let me
for
explain the ring a little.
Yeah, I asked you about what's on the ring.
Go ahead, sit down. I'm gonna take a
What's on the ring?
So right up top, we got our logo. That's our mascot, Morningside Mustangs. Across the rim, it has our.
put it out there. Put it out there. Show it. Put it out there.
He already did.
Oh, Ken kicked off. He
There it
he
goes,
fucked
there it
up the shit, dude.
Up top, we
I
have
think we're
our
still
team
good.
logo.
All right, now we're back.
Around
Now
the
we're
rim,
back.
it has our saying for the season. It was whatever it takes.
Whatever
On
it take.
one side, we have our last name, Chapman, the Morningside logo, our position. Then on the other side, 2024 GPAC champs and our season record, 12-2.
Anything in the inside?
It just has signature on it, which is the company that made our.
Oh, okay.
rings.
All right. Well,
All
congratulations
right.
there.
Hey, clap
Keaton.
it up. Clap it up.
That's my godson. I'm proud of you, bro.
Appreciate it.
I want to say this that
So I
I
think
see.
he- I think Keenan's hoping that his. Never mind. That's a bad joke. Go ahead.
Oh no! Go ahead. Come on, Mike.
No,
Oh, we want to
no.
hear it now.
Let's hear it. Come on.
Let's hear it.
No, he's fucking drunk. No,
Okay, yeah.
don't ask for it.
So you're saying protect them, protect Joe. Okay. All
No,
good.
no. Then I think Keaton is looking to find his way to Walt's house some way.
Okay. For
Okay.
some reason.
I told you not to ask him.
See?
For some reason.
Let's see. So you want to talk about the Royals?
Did we ever talk about the Chiefs?
No, man, we didn't talk about shit.
I
Because
know,
every time I
we-
try to do a thing, you guys want to talk
Well,
about
no, it's
fucking.
fine. I mean, just keep
We
a little
spent the
bit
most time in the NBA old school
Yeah,
shit.
Okay, so I mean, since we just talked about football, we got a guy in here wearing a Chiefs. It would make sense maybe to roll into some Chiefs, maybe.
I mean, I think,
there
we're,
some
I think
Chiefs
we're gonna do
notes?
we have to be quick. We have to wrap this up.
Yes, I know.
Well, we got 14 minutes left.
No, look at the real time. It's been over an hour.
Hour. It's been
Oh,
over an
yeah.
hour. I
You got somewhere
I
to-
started way late on
You
the,
you have somewhere to be?
Yeah, I gotta go pack.
Gotta
It's a
go.
big,
Oh.
big day.
Dude,
big
that sounds
day
like
at
some
St.
gay
Louis.
ass shit. I gotta go pack. Like, okay, you don't really have nowhere to be. Okay, so Joe, you have nowhere to be, right?
I live here. I live here. I
Okay,
have nowhere to
Joe,
be.
okay, there we go. So
Man,
we
he's
just,
excited. He must not be in trouble tonight. Ooh,
Oh.
look at this guy. He's
Hey,
fucking- Oh,
dude,
never in trouble.
he already had
No,
his
no, no,
chicken.
no, first of all-
he ain't in trouble.
We're not even.
She
going
must be
there.
out of town.
There's. Anyways, we're not even talking about that shit.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. That's why you're excited.
No, but no, here's the thing. We got 14 minutes. I think we should talk about the Chiefs a little bit, right? There's been some
Yeah.
movement in mini camp. There's some talk about how exciting the wide receivers are going to be this year, right?
Okay. If you want to talk about wide receivers, is Nico, what's his name? Ramiro or whatever?
Remigio.
Does he, make,
Remigio.
does he make the team?
It's Nico Remigio. So Here's where I stand with it, right? You got
You
Rashid Rice.
want to start it out with Nico Maravigio?
Yeah, we're talking about.
Well,
He said wide receivers.
Well, let's start with who's locked in, right? And anyone feel free to disagree, right? We got Rashid Rice, obviously, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, and then that Jalen Royals guy, right? I feel like they're a lock to make the roster.
Is Juju a lock?
Who?
Is Juju a lock?
I think he is. He's a lock.
I don't think
he's
so.
So we'll see how that shakes out, right? You seen an article, I get it, that hey, there might be a veteran. They're talking about Juju Smith-Schuster. He might be in danger of losing his spot.
I didn't see no article. I saw Juju didn't do shit last year. And and what? And what?
I mean,
he's gonna make the team.
That could be fair, but it's just
I don't think Juju's making the team.
Okay, so Juju may not make the team down there, but you do have Nico Remigio, Justin Ross. So here's what you have then. So let's throw Juju into that, right? So you got Juju, Nico Remigio, Justin Ross, Tyquan Thornton, and Sky Moore, right? So 4 players playing for 2 spots.
Sky Moore's still on the team?
Thank you, Keaton. Thank you. Who the fuck?
Is. I believe it or not.
Sky Moore's out, dude.
Sky
Moore has to be out.
I agree. 100%.
He has to be out.
Who's
out of those, I take Tyquan Thornton just because we don't know much about him. We've seen what Justin Ross has done, which hasn't been.
Who's the guy that's blowing up in the CFL? Is that Colin Powell? Colin Powell, the general. Powell. Who's the wide receiver? Powell. Isn't it Colin?
Oh my God.
Colin Powell.
What's
a wide receiver.
on?
You came on the mic for that.
He wanted to jump on, right?
I know he wouldn't jump on.
T.I., give me my phone.
It's either your disastrous stats or whatever, or his drunk ass. So we're just screwed either
What are you
way.
talking about? I'm one of the best I've ever been.
Cornell Powell. Close enough.
Okay, so Cornell Powell, tell us about him. Who is he?
We're about
Where's
to
he
bomb
from?
Iran.
You know Cornell Powell? I don't know either. Like this is like one of your dad's future bad fantasy picks.
We need to hurry up and wrap it up.
This sounds like one of Ken's future bad fantasy football picks.
Well, he's all excited. I think he got notes and shit that he wanted to share. I can't fucking tell him no.
It's a podcast. We talk about the Chiefs a little bit. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't know.
You're the one that kept on bringing up fucking old school NBA players.
Man, it wasn't 100% me, but okay.
So he's a NFL player. And,
okay,
Auburn or Clemson or something.
So we're talking about a rookie.
No, he's been on the squad for like a couple years.
Okay. So anyone that's been on the squad for a couple years that really hasn't made a splash, I'm not hating on it, but I'm not getting excited about it.
But all of a sudden he had a breakout year in the UFL this year.
Oh, so he had a breakout year in the UFL, just kind of like Caglione kind of broke out this year in the AAA. Okay, he might come up and hit some big ones for us.
Out of whatever, Auburn or Clemson or whatever he was.
Okay.
In the draft, we picked him up. Now we're building him up. And he's one of the other guys that contending for.
I'll just say this. I hope the hype is true, right? I've seen a few articles out there where they just keep talking about how exciting it is going to be to watch our offense this year. So
you look at this dude.
No,
I don't know what happened over here,
Here,
What happened?
Okay.
No, I agree.
Keep talking.
All right. Thank you for that Chiefs insight.
you only get it here.
Other than that, they just
hold
went to a summer practice. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal, but we kind of talk about what we have to look forward to.
So that
Keaton, any thoughts on the Chiefs minicamp? Anything that's happened so far?
Absolutely not.
Not in minicamp, but I'm more interested about one of our biggest downfalls in our Super Bowl performance, our offensive line.
2 birds and 1 stone.
Especially our first-round rookie, Josh Simmons. They're trying to figure out where they're going to put him. They've been seeing Sua Mataia might take over at that left guard position.
I would love that. I would love that. That's what I said like episodes ago. I would rather see that. So I noticed that that rookie kid, the one that had the patella injury, he's out there. He's fucking 100% going out there full blown. So, and then I don't think Rashid Rice is going to have any kind of legal issues this season because because the reason why is it's the process of the law that takes so long, and then until finally NFL figured it out. All right, we're gonna let the law do their part, and then we'll come in, and then we'll do our suspensions, whatever. So they're letting the law go through, and really, you had the nerve, yeah. So. I believe Rashid Rice is not going to get suspended this year. We're going to have our 3 wide receivers. We're going to be good to go. Yeah. Okay.
No,
Awesome.
I did think that was good that Keaton brought that stuff up, though, right? Because we don't talk about the line enough on here, right? And it is probably the most important piece for us moving into next season. Like you said, we had some, despite not having Rashee Rice, right? We still had Kelsey. We still had Worthy that was having a breakout year, right? We still had playmakers on the team. I mean, hell, we had Kareem Hunt back, right?
Okay.
But
Okay.
where our struggles was that line.
Yeah.
So if we can get that shit turned around this year, that's where we're going to see the fireworks. Okay, faggot.
Me and my dad were literally talking about this on the way here.
Listen. That's what friends do to friends, right? And sometimes you just hit them with the shit that you're going to be like,
That's not what you
what?
do when you're like broadcasting live to the nation.
I know.
My bad, buddy. Don't worry, no one's watching.
But this is literally what me and my dad were talking about on our way here, the offensive line. Like I was saying, like even though Jalen Hurts won it, if I have it my way, I think the Super Bowl MVP belonged to the Eagles offensive line. It's just they were giving him so much time where he could make the plays and everything. Jeff Stoutland's game planned it perfect. It's just best offensive line coach in the league. You got Cam Jurgens, who stepped up for Jason Kelsey. Everyone didn't know how they were going to react after losing the best center in the league. He stepped up, became a Pro Bowler. You got Landon Dickerson, who made one of the best plays. What was it? That spin back block on a pass play. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. So last time we had issues on the Super Bowl against the Tom Brady and the Bucks. Our offensive line was terrible, and then we made adjustments and won a Super Bowl. So I figure we're going to do it again. We went to the Super Bowl. We had issues with the offensive line. We're going to do it again. So let's go Royals. Royals are doing well recently, and they're down by 2-1 against San Diego Padres. They had a quick all players meeting, and then they lost right after that, but it doesn't matter because now they're on a little winning streak. So hopefully we'll pull out on this, and it's in the 6th inning, 2-1. So let's go with that. All right, next up is everybody.
Oh yes, that's what we do.
You don't even know what I'm gonna say.
Everybody's my favorite, right? I do know.
Everybody's real.
I do know that, dude. Like I actually know that.
Everybody's real.
Why would you hate on me clapping you up?
He's been in a mood today, buddy. He's been in a mood.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
Hit
dude,
the music. What are
I'm
you
looking
doing?
for it. Did you delete
Oh
it?
my god! I've never.
All right, everybody's favorite part of the show segment. It is Real Quicks. This is your time to give it up real quick. It's got to be a real quick, not a Tony quick. Not a Tony Long.
Tony
Not
Long.
Big Tony in the house.
Big Tony Long is over.
Big Tony Long.
That's what I think we have to go with that, right? We have to go with
Tony is
that.
big and long.
Big Tony Long, baby. Yeah, Big Tony Long.
You can talk about anything that happened in the news, whatever.
Oh, apparently Ken wants to get on the real quick. So kick that sun off.
I got
Get
it,
the
too,
fuck out of here.
All right, let's see. I shall go first because that's how the way it goes. Real quick. So, remember the singer in the 80s, Rick Astley? He got over 1 billion Spotify listens. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna turn around and desert you.
I did not know until you sung it. Then I was like, yes, real quick.
Hold on, what was the real quick about?
He just wanted to sing
He
Rick
got-
Astley.
Over 1 billion listens on.
That's your real quick?
It could be anything. What the fuck? Is
I don't know,
this
dude.
a fucking intro?
Okay, I got one.
I thought it'd be sports related. Jesus.
Real quick.
It's not.
The United States has
God,
bombed Iran.
Iran, yeah. But yeah,
All right,
three
there you go. So
different
for
nuclear
quoting anything.
sites.
Hurry up and you hit another one.
Okay.
Real quick. The KC Monarchs 15U team went 2-2 in the wood bat only tournament perfect game. We were not great, but we're not bad. Next tournaments.
Okay, I got one. Real quick, the reason why no one would mess with Sophie Cunningham after that game and the little scuffle up they had, she is a black belt in Taekwondo.
Oh, who knew? Who knew?
Somebody's
did.
got to know
I
karate.
did.
Oh,
Real quick. Salvi surpasses Brett George Brett in a 18 multi-home run games.
That's sad. That's
So,
all we have.
Well, I mean, but
For a
home
career,
runs.
multi-home run
Right,
games.
right. George
Yeah,
Brett had
2.
17, and he was a great. He's a Hall of Famer now.
Well,
another Hall of Famer surpasses him. That's hard to do. It's hard to even get one.
18 in a career.
Yeah, multi-home run game.
Yeah, so 2.
Yeah. Well, let's follow up on
Let's
that
see. I'm gonna
real quick. Jack Caitilin gets his first multi-hit home run game on the first night.
Hold on.
There you go.
Can I redo that one? Hold on. Real quick, Jack Caitilin hits his first home run and second home run of the season in the same game.
So he gets his first multi-home
I know.
run game.
Run.
Game.
But no, that was going to be my real quick, so I just said it differently than you. So there
Oh,
we go.
my bad, homie.
No, it's fine. You stuttered a little bit, so I figured I could jump in
Well, I
there.
mean,
Real quick, Casey Wolf retires, but not
I saw that.
Not Casey Wolf, but the guy that was in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't-
I
don't mean to bust anybody's bubble.
not the one that's like rubbing banks.
Yeah, not that's a whole nother one. It's not like Santa Claus, that guy never retires. So
Real quick, Angel Reese is shooting 38.2% from within 5 feet of the basket this year.
she's good. She's real
But
good.
what's her rebound rate? Her me bound. Her me
last week
bound
her
rate.
me-bound rate. So did you know about the me-bound rate? Right.
Yeah.
So
You
she
promised to leave her alone.
So she has a 40. She had a 46%
No.
rebound rate coming into this week. I don't
He
know where it sits
attacks-
now.
yeah.
So
He attacks them.
I don't know if
No.
you guys said that, but real quick, go ahead, hit it, Tony. Real quick, Angel Reese copyrighted the Me Bounds, so she owns the rights on T-shirts, hats, and things like that.
For a failure?
Hey, hold on. Hey, real quick, that's a boss ass move, Angel
That
Reese.
is-
Good for
that
you.
is.
Yes.
But she's still
talk about-
trash.
Hey, talk about because it's so popular out there, right? And they're actually selling them B
Oh,
Bouncer. So what
absolutely.
she did, it sounds like, is
It-
any shirt that they sell,
She's
they
going
have to
after.
fucking pay
They're
her.
gonna have.
She's going
but
after
she has
them.
to do cease and
Good
desist.
fucking job.
if she wants to stop.
Real quick, the Panthers win the Stanley Cup. Does
Fuck
anybody?
you.
Hey,
Does
where,
anybody care?
hey,
I
where are
mean,
the Panthers from, Waltz?
Florida?
Oh, okay.
And
Just
it's
Orlando, right?
No,
I don't
but
think anybody cares.
Florida.
I was so close.
Oh.
I should've
But
just shut
hold
it
on,
right
hold
there.
on,
good. I was like,
hold
how
on.
he knows.
hold on. Who won the year previously?
I don't care.
Panthers. They back to back. They're back to
Aw.
back.
We don't talk about hockey on the show, though.
No, we don't.
We don't. That wasn't real quick. Hey, LA Lakers are sold for $10 billion.
You stole my fucking nuts.
Okay.
You stole my nuts.
Also,
I got one for you.
on
too.
a
Go
side
ahead.
note, Jeannie Buss kept enough percentages that she's still in charge.
Great.
No, she sold majority stock, I thought.
She had 15%, and she's still the governor of the
Ken, do
LA
you have one or
Lakers.
not?
Yes, I do. So on the same note, if Jerry Buss would have put his money into the stock market, he would have made $13 billion if he would have just put his money into the stock market as opposed to buying the Lakers. He would have made $3 billion more dollars. Just a
I was
little-
like,
just a
10
little
billion is pretty
tidbit.
good, though, right?
Yes. No, don't get me wrong. But $3 billion more sounds a lot better.
It's fucking time to
I
go.
I want to say that this is overtime, but I
That's
think
not
overtime
overtime.
was
Overtime's
22
over-
minutes
yeah,
ago,
yeah,
according
yeah,
to
yeah.
the other shit.
We should like wrap it up quick.
Yeah, thank you.
That's what she said.
All right, there you have it, folks. And then that's the boys special on a Saturday night. We had a lot to talk, a lot to yell about. My
We
ears
did,
are
we
fucking
did.
burning. But
Are they?
it was another episode of Ask the Boys, and we will see you on the next one, which is
Maybe live at J7.
Maybe
here. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll announce it on our Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe and like. We'll see you suckers later. Suckers!
There it is.